1 times 1. What'd you say? 1? It equals 1? Now, what would Newton say is that? Action times an action.
Hello guys, it's me Aswad, and the person that you heard just now, his name is Terrence Howard. He's an actor, and he's becoming famous not for his movies but for his shocking formula that 1 multiplied by 1 is 2. And there are many people who have been amplifying him. He appeared in Joe Rogan podcast. He sent letters to Neil deGrasse Tyson, I think. He's talking his idea about 1 times 1 is 2 is now getting what they call the boost by all these internet podcasters and scientists, but I haven't seen a video that counter Terrence Howard idea in the very easy to understand ways. I've been looking, but I don't see. But it's a very simple actually. And the recent, I think Terrence Howard came back to Joe Rogan recently and he said the same thing. And then Joe Rogan brought in a scientist, a mathematician and whatnot, to counter, to put some logical mind in the discussion. But unfortunately, the scientist itself was not trying to be helpful to Terrence Howard or the community, because now many people are confused whether Terrence Howard is correct and or not. And then nobody has given a very simple answer. Now, what is the biggest problem here? I think Terrence Howard is not a mathematician. He is not studying. He is having this vision about him seeing himself as a child as a baby inside his mother's womb, and he's getting this kind of messaging from angels and whatnot. So it's okay. We'll take that for now. But the biggest, I think, the problem with Terrence Howard is he's confusing addition and multiplication. Okay. Now here, I think I understand addition. Addition means 1 plus 1 plus addition, 1 adds 1 is 2. He understands that. The problem is when he equates, he says it's the same thing, formula for multiplication. He says 1 multiply 1, 1 times 1 should be 2. That's the problem, because as we all know, 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, why is it Terrence is wrong? It's because Terrence thing is about item like addition. Addition is item plus another item or whatnot. So when you addition, you add, is adding. Multiplication is not item times item. The second figure, the second element is not a thing. It's not something. It's about frequency, or people can deserve it better, because I haven't seen people giving the most simplest understanding of it. It's not an item times by item. When Terrence Howard, I've been hearing him talk about this, 1 times 1 is 2. He's talking about increase in volume, increase in numbers, increase in items, right? Whereas the second factor is he's talking about items multiplied by items. So he's talking about 2 factors are the same, 2 elements are the same. It's not. It's more about frequency. The second element is frequency. You have a thing, you add by frequency. I use my language, and I know a lot of people who are smarter than me know the answer, but they don't make the video about it, and people are confused. Okay, let's go back to what Terrence said. And I try to explain a simpler way. Okay, Terrence, if you're listening, 1 times 1 means 1 times the frequency of that 1, the first item that you times with. Okay, for example, if I give you $1, it's a thing, $1, it's a thing, and you for 1 hour of job, all right, $1 for 1 hour of job. How much do you get for if you work for 1 hour? That's the equal. Terrence Howard is saying that that equal should be it's a thing with a thing, you know. It's a multiplication of things. Whereas it's the multiplication of one thing with a frequency. So, for example, if you get $1 if you work for 1 hour, so if you work for 1 hour, how much do you get? $1. That's multiplication. It's a frequency of that first figure. So if you work the 3 hours and so on, we're gonna go. If you work for 3 hours, how much do you get? You get 3. 1 times 3. It's not a plus. It's not addition. It's a multiplication. It's a frequency. If you work for 3 hours, you get 1 times 3. You get 3. Now let's go is for the bigger figure. You go for, okay, say you work for 1 hour, you get $50. 1 hour, you get $50. So if you work for 3 hours, let's do it again. 50 times 3, you get $150. So I think if you go and listen to Terrence Howard, he keeps repeating this in his head. It should be a multiplication. It should be an addition of amount. He's equating the first item, the first number as an item. The second hour, the second formula is also an item. It's not. So in all the videos that I'm not satisfied because nobody explains to him, and I guess nobody wants to explain to him, and a lot of people are now confused, and then they are believing Terrence Howard. But I've seen videos people saying that Terrence Howard is correct. It's a basic thing, the difference between multiplication and addition. I hopefully this video clarified it. It's nothing to do with addition. This is only about a thing, which is a number, whatever, the figure, and a frequency of that thing. That is why I think nobody explained it to him very clearly. I hope. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, but hopefully this clear things up. Peace.